All right, welcome back to Hot Metal Show. It's hot.
Drink.
We got a good one for you today. It's a gem here. It's the 598 EP Garage Days Revisited. I'll give you a little summary on that album. It was extended play.
That is a little story.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird. An American heavy metal band, Metallica. It was released August 21st, 1987, Elektra Records. The album consistently entirely covers late 70s and early 80s new wave British heavy metal bands and hardcore punk music. Rehearsed in Lars' soundproof garage and recorded in Los Angeles over the course of 6 days, which is impressive. It is the group's first recording to feature the new bassist Jason Newsted, and also the first release following the death of second bassist Cliff Burton. Rest in peace. I guess, I don't know, before we start going through track, to me, I don't know, I think I bought Garage Days at Record Corner. And a million people out there might not know who Record Corner is, but most, if you are friends, you remember Record Corner.
If you're in our area, you would have remembered.
Sorry, Chris. We still love you. But I remember buying it in there, and I do remember the big sticker that said, I think I got it on disc, so it was $9.98, but it did say $5.98. I think it was even in ink. It might have even been on the album itself that it said, "Do not pay over
$5.98.
$5.98." Y'all remember? Is that?
Yeah.
Am I right there?
I bought
That's
it way
legit.
after I
That's
was
legit.
Yeah, I was too late hitting all that. So
But we was gonna do pick our favorite tracks, and me myself, when I went through this sucker, there's not a sour song on this. I mean, every song kicks total ass. I mean, that's kind of my little piece on Garage Days.
When you said pick a song or two, I was like, damn. You know, if I got to pick 5, I know what they would be, but
Yeah.
Funny.
It'd be
I can't.
every single freaking track.
I'd pick 1 through 5. Because that's all there is. But anyway, yeah. I mean, it's you can't just pick one. It is very hard. So they're all equally good. I mean, I guess if I had to pick one, I could probably pick one. But
Why?
yeah, when I can pick all 5.
But and I think I'll let Randy take over. But this was what we could see their cover tunes are in a league of their own.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody covers songs, I think, better than Metallica. Yeah. I mean, song after song they cover tunes up to the second disc on Garage Inc. But up to that point, I mean, even Bread Fan and the Prince, and so what do you think of Garage Days?
I loved it. Even though it's not their material, it's covers, that's still one of my favorite Metallica albums ever done. And it was a smart move to make this EP to kill a little time after what happened with Cliff to get ready for Injustice for All. It kept, we're keeping our name out there. We're going to give you this to munch on a little bit before you guys have the big meal, which was the year after with the Justice record. I loved it. In fact, I had a big poster of it in my room, and I do remember this. Hey, Gabe, you used to pull in an IGA with that station wagon, that boat. He would come in and he would blare The Small Hours. See, I've been hitting the head and I've lost some teeth, but I remember that, and he loved it, and it's still one of my favorite records that the band ever did. Yeah. They kick ass as far as cover tunes. They kick ass.
I always enjoy listening to people covering and adding their flair to it, and this is a prime example of Metallica putting their flair on these classic songs, and I mean, they didn't do bad at all.
It's awesome. It's a masterpiece. I just wish you had more songs on it.
Well, and it's like, welcome to the world, Jason Newsted. Welcome to Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're getting ready to, he was in a big portion of Metallica too. I mean, Cliff, he was just as important as Cliff. He might not have been maybe not quite the bass player Cliff was, but he was a big part of Metallica. Not Robert Jason was, I think. I mean, he could pretty much, he might be like Vinnie Vincent, not quite that extreme. Metallica did treat him a little bit better than Kiss treated Vinnie.
And the thing about Jason Newsted, every time that the Black Album, I don't know who doesn't know it, gets sold, he gets paid. So he's making money, but he's not making a dime.
Well, you remember how he said they said we sold out. Yeah, we do every night. I'll never. That's Jason's big thing. I'll remember.
Jason was in a great band before he joined Metallica. He was in a band called Flotsam and Jetsam, and the only album he played on was the 1986 classic, I think 86, 85, Doomsday for the Deceiver, which was great. He kicked ass then, and he kicks ass now, even though he's not with them. Couldn't imagine why he's not with them now, but the fact is, he was definitely a big part of their success. Yeah. Not a doubt about that. Mm-hmm. Great bass player.
I mean, for the shoes he had to step into, I mean, I think he did good.
He did a great job.
And he took a lot of hazing.
They say he's a really nice guy. He seems like he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, like he kind of got shit on
towards
the end, but
yeah, they wouldn't let him go out and do a solo thing because he even said he's like, Lars and James and Kirk have a family of their own. He doesn't have that. Music is his family, and he just wanted to go out and do a side project. And James, got all ticked off, and that's why he left.
All right, so track number 1, "Helpless." Original artist Diamond Head, and Diamond Head. Am I Evil? I mean, do you have to say any more? We know Am I Evil is a great song, and Helpless not bad neither. Diamond Head was probably, now that you look back on it, Diamond Head was probably happy that Metallica covered their tunes because I'm sure they sold a lot of albums thanks to Metallica.
Yeah.
I actually went back and bought one of their albums because of Metallica.
I'm sure their value went up as a band too because only diehard people know who they are. I'm like, the original Am I Evil, Bob book them,
Seems like I read something fairly recently where they were out still playing.
Yeah, I think they are.
They are still with us. Yes.
All right, and I mean, we ain't even got no order.
We're just reading them off the order of the thing. We're just going to talk
down
about them because we just decided can't pick.
If y'all do have like one of your favorites, maybe just chime in as we're going down through them. But all right, second song is "Small Hours" by a band called Holocaust. I don't know anything about Holocaust.
From the band anyway.
I guess that's a good comment section if Metallica covered any other songs by Holocaust, or if there's something that we should probably know about Holocaust. That might be a good comment section. Mm-hmm. Either one of y'all know anything about Holocaust?
I don't know anything about that band.
The song that they did, just Metallica.
And I mean, that's another check, another thumbs up.
Yeah.
Great song.
Yeah, there's not a thumbs down on this one.
Yeah. Actually, The Weight, I probably would say, if I had to pick a favorite off this album, The Weight would probably be my favorite. And that's by Killing Joke, which we was discussing earlier. And Comment Away, I'm almost thinking Metallica covered another Killing Joke song. I'm drawing a blank right now.
I don't know.
If
it is, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we kind of looked it up a little bit, but we didn't get deep into it. And maybe they did. They might not never covered none. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure who did Prince and Bread Fan.
I don't know any of that either.
I mean, they were two good. More, and hell, they were close to the same era just right after that.
They were B-sides on the singles from the Justice record.
Yeah, Prince was one, and Bread Fan was what, Shortest Straw?
The Beholder.
Yeah.
The
Beholder.
There was no cassette single for the Shortest Straw, which there should have been.
They marketed that great though, man.
It was smart business. Like, okay, you've done bought our album, but we'll get more of your money of putting this, and it was worth more than money. I loved it.
Yeah,
I thought it was smart.
Yeah, I definitely went out and bought it because
I loved it.
Gonna get something that wasn't on.
Something that was on the record, and a lot of bands copied them for that too.
All right, so I guess this was track 3. This might be a good one for. We got a little bit of a list over here.
Oh,
my bad.
My turn.
I fudged on posting the list. It's been crazy on the website, and then we went to the show. M3 freaking rocked. Nuno Betancourt freaking rocked. Red Beach rocked. It was a good weekend, I thought.
Oh yeah, badass weekend.
Yeah.
The shitty part was it rained all day Sunday, but.
And you ever go to M3 Friday night, kicks it off, packed, and from there it's wide open.
They ended.
Yeah, they always, whether there's two bands Steve said are dead, I don't know what he meant by that.
Yeah, I didn't.
That wouldn't let them, that they didn't close. I know Tom Kiefer, but he put on a good enough show, so he pretty much held his own. But there, I wouldn't want to follow him.
No, that's a hard act to follow. I don't know. There was a lot of good shows. Or good performances, I should say, that were up there. They were all.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff, a lot of bands that probably Vane. Nobody ever talks about Vane.
I was just reading some comments off of that M3 Rockers Facebook thing. There was a lot of love for Vane. People said they'd never heard them before, but they looking them up and buying their music right after that show.
I'm sure Tor was the same way. A lot of love for Tor. They were awesome too.
Vane impressed the shit out of us 2 years ago when we saw them. I was like, holy cow, they were awesome.
Other than that guitar player, he might be pulling a Vinny.
Well,
he's already halfway
he's
through
already there.
Yeah, he said he's a woman, so Vinny said it's just a big mystery.
Yeah, Vinny is a big mystery.
That's true.
Anyway,
we get to the list.
Yeah, let's do the list. Let's steer clear of all that. I can't read. I got light shining through my list here. All right, so we had a few people. This was a late list. This was posted earlier today, and so we did get a few people that actually commented on it, but that's all right. Jared Bowman said Crash Course was his favorite. Danny Crowder said Helpless. Jason Klein says Small Hours, and my neighbor Mr. Bob Loki says The Wait, and there are new people that we met over the weekend. Jan Grimsley and her husband Ken. Jen likes Last Caress, Green Hell, that was her favorite, and Ken's was The Wait. And our other new friend is Mike Durr, and he liked The Wait.
And Ken and Jen, and what's the other dude's
Mike.
name? They are getting ready to roll some podcasts. We'll keep you posted. And
we're excited. We're going to maybe try to hook up with them and get on a podcast with them. And
maybe they can give us some shirts. And we can wear shirts on the shows. I'm all about shirts.
All right.
Sonny Pooney knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. They hooked this dude up.
Yeah. He did hook me up. And he's dropping names of I don't know if y'all know this, but Still and String Lace podcast got Derek Tyree's name got dropped. I heard Chris Deal. I heard Connie Kreider, Dee Dee Price. So y'all ought to go back and listen to the podcast. It's on the live albums, but I'm not sure y'all must have liked something, the podcast, or I'm not sure.
Well, I joined the Facebook thing and
maybe that's what it was.
And so that I have a feeling that's what it was. And I think I commented once or twice on something.
Yeah, Stevie Good was even mentioned. I heard his name today too. But I was riding in the road and I started hearing all these names of all these people I knew that were on our group, and I'm like, that's what he saw.
And it's because you shared it on your Facebook page, and so that's sharing the love, and that's what we're trying to do too. So
bringing the people in. We've actually met a lot of people. Well, we didn't meet a lot, but we met some people this weekend.
Very cool people.
We picked up some audience out there, so that's always cool. All right, so track number 4, Crash Course in Brain Surgery by Budgie. I don't know much about Budgie, but I know Crash Course in Brain Surgery rocks.
And there was a cool ass T-shirt too for that song. I had it. It was awesome.
Was that?
It was a brain, and it was like a guy's head. It was a cartoon. They were doing silverware through his head.
Oh yeah.
And the logo was blue, and it was a white shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Metallica. They was well on their way to being super huge. That's what I always say that's another thing cool about Metallica with us is we got to watch a little itty bitty band become our Led Zeppelin. They became the biggest band in the world. We watched all that growth. Whether we agree with the growth, we watched them go from, Kill 'Em All, which is a great debut, to the Black Album, which sells like crazy still to this day. I don't even understand who don't have the Black Album.
You go back even a little further. Look how much tape trading No Life Till Leather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing is just.
Yeah, the
I mean,
underground.
that started it all. I mean,
What made them special that I liked, and it definitely inspired me, is they look like us, regular people. Okay, they get up. Let's put our, I don't know if they wore boots or whatever. Let's put our shoes.
They wore high tops.
Yeah,
white
high
high
tops.
tops.
Yeah, let's
tight
just
pants.
tight pants and our shirt.
Ripped up shirts.
And then let's go. They look like somebody you'd see, instead of someone looking like a drag queen. I admired them for how they look. They look like regular people. And that's one thing well, this is different. And that's what, at that time period, got me onto them.
That's what we said about Tesla the other night on that other.
Yeah, they look like regular people.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're still surviving. They was more concerned about
the music and
Music.
not the image.
then all that crap.
and well,
Not that
I
we
could
don't.
probably
We like that stuff too.
I love it. I love it. I still love it.
yeah, we could get into a bunch of that stuff. 'Cause I was just reading about how Motley Crue created the whole image thing as far as the glam scene, but that's for a whole different. That's for a whole nother episode.
I don't believe that. I agree with that. I'll just say that.
But I was just listening to another podcast about that, but that was one on each individual album. But all right, so last track is "Last Caress, Green Hell" by the Misfits.
Oh yeah.
Wrote by Glenn Danzig, and everybody knows who Glenn Danzig is. And his first album's a masterpiece, I think.
First four were great.
But that was a good way to end the album. I mean, it's not a short song.
If I had to pick one, then I think that's probably my favorite of all of them. But
Loved it. Misfits were a great punk band, and they did a good job. I loved it. I loved it.
Did you have a favorite? If you had to pick a favorite,
Probably that one because I'm more familiar with who the Misfits are. I don't really know what the other bands were. They came before I was around, but that one, but that whole album's a masterpiece from the first to the last song. There's not a bad song to be found, not a one.
There's not. I mean, it's still. I mean, I enjoy listening to it now. It's probably much as I did the first time I heard it.
I definitely. I mean, it'd been a while since I listened to it, so it was nice to go back and revisit it again. And that's why I like doing this stuff because it's like I get stuck on new CDs and listen to this and listen to that, and I kind of forget about going back and listening to the
I
other
think we ought to
stuff.
do another one. I mean, you wouldn't have to worry about going to a studio and writing songs. They should put out something like that to eat up time to make money because we all know they like that. Put out another with different songs. You know they can do it.
Yeah.
Well, they did that double album with all that shit from this and the other later stuff that was all the B-side stuff and then the newer.
It could be done.
So you know they can do it.
I've actually heard them do a cover on YouTube of Detroit Rock City at a show. They can do it.
Yeah, they do. They do a fair amount of covers, even at their live shows. I think they're kind of.
Well, Damage
Something
Case
on the
was
album.
great too. Remember that? Motorhead.
They did a bunch of Motorhead stuff when it was Lemmy's birthday.
Yeah.
They did like a whole set. But yeah, if it's been a while since you've listened to the 598 EP Garage Days Revisited, go back and listen to it. It'll just take you back and you'll enjoy
Glad
it.
you did.
Yeah.
You'll be like, damn.
He
I know
is-
what those guys are talking about now.
And he is right. I mean, we do these shows, and I mean, it's all about love of music. And when we started doing the classic reactions, me and Randy did too. Me and String done. Well, me and Randy did it Without You, Motley, and a Poison. And me and String done a Tesla. It's kind of cool to go back and remember what it was like to watch them videos, and talk about their point in time.
Because you know why?
Because
You just might see Tiffany in your video.
I didn't. I watched the video and I was like, well, I knew he was talking about. And,
It's like when they made One. Tell me that wasn't a big deal.
oh
Man,
yeah,
I want to make a video. Well, they did, and everyone had to see it. The two versions. There's a jamming version and the one for Johnny's Got a Gun, which I'd like to find that movie just to see it. I don't know where I'd find it, but I'd like to see it.
Amazon.
Yeah,
Everything's
sure.
on Amazon.
yeah.
So
I'm sure it's
that was
out there
cool.
somewhere.
That should have made more videos from that record, by the way.
Anybody else got anything to say about Garage Days other than it's a masterpiece?
don't think we can say any more than most people don't already know.
Yeah.
Wonderful record.
There is
Wonderful.
there is no hate for this album.
No,
at all. I mean,
no, none. I love it.
I mean,
I just wish I still had the poster. I would put it over where I'm moving. I loved it. I had the big poster of that. I loved it. Like I said, I had the Crash Course shirt. I had the shirt of the album cover. I wore it out. It was great.
yeah, Music '87, man. Golly, a lot of good stuff's getting ready to come out and has come out. I mean, where that whole
That was a good year.
85 up to 90 is like
It was 5 great years.
there ain't many bad albums that come out in them years.
No.
And this thing only comes in at, I was just looking, this thing only comes in at 25 minutes. So I mean, you can even get a quick rock in there.
That's right.
If you
Great.
think about it, though, really, that's
Yeah,
that's
what I was
actually
just
long for an EP as a matter of time wise, because you got
thinking. What's that,
shit.
guys?
You got some bands that put 10 songs in 30 minutes, so
And the cool
you're
thing
getting
about
half the songs.
Garage Days, the cassette, side B does play, unlike the Whiplash EP where that was blank. Me and Eric went to town one day. He had to go do something with his hair. He had that nappy looking fro back then. We went there before he went in. I went in, I bought it, we played it in my house. Like, the hell is this? Second side doesn't play. But the second side of the EP of Garage Days does play. We never figured that mystery out. Why didn't the Whiplash EP play? Side B was blank.
But Creeping Death did.
Creeping Death
And Jump in
did.
the Fire did.
Jump in the Fire did. But Whiplash
Yeah, I don't know
did
what
not play. It was
But
blank.
I got No Life to Leather on cassette. Here a couple, they re-released it. And it's the same way. It don't have nothing on the other side. It's blank.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
All right, so we're going to wrap this one up. We give it all the love we can give for the 598 EP Garage Days Revisited. Great job, Metallica. You knocked it out of the park with the cover tunes. Rock on, everybody. Peace.